Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I'm back and I'm happy to be here. I've missed you all. I had a short break and I went back to Indonesia for a family wedding, and the wedding was just amazing. A beautiful fairy tale wedding. I was so happy and glad that I was able to be a part of the wedding. And then I also then caught up with some family and just enjoyed a short break back home. And here I am back in my craft room and can't wait to share with you another new project that I've made. We've all been loving the one sheet wonder project, so I thought I would see if I could create another one for you, and I have made one, and I'm going to show you how easily it is you can make this project that I'm going to share with you. In my recent video I had done this project, so the one I'm going to show you in this video is similar to this one, just a little bit different with the way the pockets and inserts are placed. This one here is just my recent video, so you'll be able to find that in my last video, and it's a floating multi-pocket with all these different pockets that you could insert in a planner, organizer, or your journal. So this one here that I've made these ones, and these ones I'm going to add in my Etsy store if you're interested in purchasing the pack that I put together. I've made 3 and I'm going to make a few more for the shop, and I'll show you what's inside and then I'll do the tutorial. But it's very similar to this one, just different than this one here. So let me show you how this one looks like and what I've got inside these packs. So each of the packs have the same goodies and paper stuff inside, and then just the pocket itself will be a random print. So these are the 3 that I made. So this one, they're all the same, so I'll just show you one of them. So this is how, so you'll get a 4x6 double-sided medium weight paper that you could use to make any projects. I made a lot of projects and ideas using a 4x6 paper, so there are a lot of fun ways you can make these projects with this small piece of paper. So that gets included, and then over here is a little side tuck pocket, and I've got a tag in there that I've made, and you can use that to write a message. And there is a pocket here in the top here as well, and I've just placed a couple of extra pieces that you could use in your projects. So there's a few of those. So there is a side tuck pocket and a pocket up here. And then over here is another pocket. So in this pocket, I made a little match booklet, little teeny mini match booklet with some word sentiments inside and some page tab, there's page tab dividers. Just show you what they look like, these ones, and you just fold them in half to create those page tab file tabs. So this little mini match booklet coordinates with the pocket. There's also one of these die cuts that I've die cut with some white cardstock. There's a mini envelope that you could use, and I didn't fold this over just in case you didn't want that folded. I've added another larger tag, single-sided. There are 3 note cards that are 3x4, and they're all double-sided. And then I've made a paper clip for you if you wanted to use that in your journal or in your other projects. Also made a coin envelope with a 6x6 paper, so you can use that to store some notes in here or some extra bits and pieces of papers. So that is the pocket. So there you get 1, 2, and 3. And then on the side here is another side pocket, and it's a nice deep and wider pocket, and I've made like a note card with one of these page tab dividers, which is the one that's inside the mini tiny match booklet. And this is single-sided, and you can use to document or just write your notes. You can corner around the corner if you wanted to do that. And it's single-sided. You can use this as a photo mat, and then you can document the photo at the back here. And I've also made a booklet, a note booklet, and it opens up this way. And there are just some plain white copying paper that you could use to do some journaling. You could remove these. You can remove these just by undoing the string, and then they can all separate. And then you can also add more of your own. You can keep stacking some more, and then you can use this page as your template to where you need to punch your holes, and then you can stack some more in here. So nothing is joined. You can remove this, and that is how the pocket looks like. So it's a really simple, easy fold pocket using one sheet of paper. And then there is also this coordinating little mini match booklet that comes with it. So it's a really fun little project. And so the other two are the same, just the pocket will be a different random pocket that you will receive if you want to purchase this from my Etsy store. So I'll just quickly put these away. And you can keep adding more things in here. There are still heaps of room for you to add whatever you like. I'm just going to put these back so I don't... that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab a piece of 6 by 12 paper. And if you're using a 12 by 12 paper, you can make 2 of these out of one 12 by 12 because you're going to need a 6 by 12 size. So you can cut that in half and you'll get 2. So I've already cut my piece. It's double-sided with no directional pattern. That way your pattern isn't upside down. So I've cut my paper at 6 by 12 inches. The scoreboard. And we're going to place your paper on the 6-inch side. And if you want let me just grab this. So if you're using double-sided paper and you decide what you want showing on this part, and that part you want facing down. So this will be the same as this one. So I'm going to have that pattern facing down on the 6-inch side. And we're going to score at 2 inches all the way to the bottom. Score that at 2 inches all the way down. And then we're going to turn this around on the 12-inch side, and we're going to score at 10 1/4 of an inch. So it's 10 1/4 of an inch, and that's all for the scoring. So now we've got that score line on the 2 inches on the left side. And what we want to do first is that score line that we had done at 10 1/4 inches. We're going to fold that piece up. Just get my bone folder. So we're going to fold that up. And we are going to bring this piece and we're going to fold that back. And then you just want to line that edge with the edge of the fold. So we're just going to line that up. And once you've got that all lined up, just going to fold that down. So that's the way it'll have your paper. We're going to bring this to the front now. So now you'll have that score line where we made that fold. And what we want to do here is we're going to remove this left panel where you've got that score line here and across here. So we'll remove that piece. You probably can't see my score line, but it's just here. That's that 2-inch score line. So let's remove that. We'll remove that now. Just going to go right up to that score line. And now I'm just going to remove this piece. I've got the wrong scissors. Okay, so now we have that removed. So we'll put that piece to the side, and I'm just going to go down to the bottom here, and we are going to cut across and stop there at that score line. So we're just going to make a cut up to there. Trying to find my score line. So we made that cut, and then I'm just going to angle cut this little piece. I'm just going to turn it this way. I'm just going to create a little angle cut to down there, just a little slight angle, and we're going to remove that so you can see that. So I've just cut an angle going down into that score line. It just makes it easy when we start folding the paper. So now we've got all of that done. What we want to do now is we will bring this piece here to the front. So we'll fold that to the front. And then we'll bring that one to the back. And this piece here we'll bring to the front of this piece. And then we've got this piece, and that's going to get folded back towards you. And that is the way it will look. I might just take everything out of here again, actually, just so you could see. I'm just going to take all of these pieces out. So I've got two of the same one here. So that is how it will look. So before we assemble everything, you can leave this side as is for your pocket. That's the little side pocket here, which is the one here. But what I've done was I've trimmed mine back a little bit so that it doesn't line up, and it just sort of makes it more interesting when it's not all in line. So you can leave yours like that, or you can trim it back. I'm going to trim mine back just a little bit, not too much, probably about half an inch or a quarter, just that much. And then we don't need that piece. And now you can create a thumb notch if you wanted to. I've done a thumb notch here, so I'm going to do one on the top, and then you can also create a notch here as well, like I have. So you can do that first before we put everything together. So I'm just going to bring that up and place it on the top. And I've got a 2-inch circle punch for that. And then I'm going to grab my 1.5-inch circle punch to do the front pocket. So this is a 1.5 inch. And I'm just going to just go and do that here. Try to keep it centered as best I can. Okay, let me just fix that up. Because I want to use this one. Just going to fix that up. It's fine. Okay, I'm just going to bring it all back to the front now. So I've just punched that hole there. Okay, so now we've got all of that done, and now all we're going to do is assemble the pocket. So what I'll do first, I'm going to lift that up and glue down here and the bottom. And that will give me that back side pocket. And now I can bring that forward and glue all that down. So now that'll give me that pocket. And we can go ahead if you want and corner around this corner here and this corner if you wanted to neaten that up. You don't have to do that if you don't want to do that. But I'm going to corner around that one and this one. And next what we're going to do here is we're going to open this up and we're going to add glue on the edge here and glue just on the inside of this edge of the side here. So just on the inside, just a little bit of glue all the way down. So we'll start with this side first. I'm going to add glue to the end here. And then just on the inside, because if you go on the outside, you're going to end up gluing the pocket and you won't have that front pocket. So just add a glue on the inside of that edge. We can lift this up now and that should glue on the inside here, and then we'll glue the side here. And that should give us that pocket there. And now we've got this nice large opening. And then this one here, we just simply add glue to the top here and the bottom. Now there are two ways you could have this pocket, which I'll show you once I've glued this down. And this is what's great about making this particular style. So now we have that side pocket. You can have your pocket this way or you can have it this way. So that way you have a top loading pocket up here. You'll have a side pocket this way. You'll also have a side pocket here. And then you'll have your pocket here. So you can have it these two ways, which is another great way for you. You can have one, you can make two with a 12 by 12 paper and have one long ways or have one lengthways. And so that's a great thing about this style. So I hope you enjoyed this really fun project as a one sheet wonder. Oh, before I go, actually, I have to show you the other part to make the coordinating match booklet, which is pretty simply made. I think we've all made one of these. Really, you could use this for anything. You don't have to make a match booklet to coordinate with the pocket. You can just create yourself a library pocket and folding that up this way and then gluing the edge, create a notch, corner around the corners, and you've got yourself a little pocket. So you can make this into, cut this in half and you'll get two pieces and you can have two tags. But I'm going to make a little mini match booklet, because then you can add some smaller pieces of ephemera in here if these pockets are too deep. So all I've done was folding that over about half an inch, and then this part you want to fold that over just a little bit overlapping, so you can see there just a little bit, so that that can get tucked in there. So not all the way down, just a little bit. So, and then once you're happy with that, just fold that down. So you've got that, and I'm just going to grab my stapler. I've got the Tiny Attacher by Heidi Swap. It's a little tiny attacher, little small staples. And you just want to staple as close to the edge and as close to the bottom of the fold, like that, and then on the other side as well, and that will secure that little pocket. Oh, actually I've got no staples left. I've got any staples left. Okay, I've run out of staples, but you want to staple that side as well, and then that will hold that in place, and you're able to tuck that in like that, and then you've got yourself a little match booklet to coordinate with your easy fold pocket. So this is just a simple one sheet wonder, a little project for you to make. I hope this was easy enough. It's a great beginner project as well. Enjoy decorating and adding all of your goodies in here. I will be listing my paper pack pockets in my store, and I will be back to share with you some more projects. See you soon.